Okay, friends, welcome back to the show. This is PC Live. We care, we share, we are on air. So, again, one beautiful evening. We are so glad to have you all with us. Today, we have a very special guest, Mr. Rudhra, sir. And welcome, sir. And we are super excited for today's session.
Hey, great, Jnanapriya. Good evening. How are you doing?
Yeah, it's good.
Great, wonderful. All right, so it's always a great pleasure to be on DC Live, and I'm happy to be here again, and nice to meet you here as well. Okay, wait, let me know when we are ready, then we can start.
Yeah, let's start, sir.
Great.
Yeah.
Hey listeners, welcome Kwik Brainers and Minimalists to another episode of your favorite brain hack show, Kwik Brain, the Minimalists. I'm your host, RJ Rudhra, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be here with you today. All right, so we are about fourth or the fifth episode of this show, and this show is for you to optimize your learning techniques in this gloriously fast-paced world. We are here on every Thursday, sharp at 5:30 p.m., right here on DC Live. We care, we share, and we are on air. All right, so are you all ready to deep dive into bite-sized strategies for your improved memory, rapid learning, and cognitive development? All right. And speaking of development, are you feeling a little exhausted lately? Right, so maybe your brain is running 1,000 tabs in your browser. You feel a little cluttered, that just won't close. Then you are in the right show today, because we're going to talk about something very interesting. And then, we're exploring what happens and why does your brain work like that. That's what we're going to talk about. As usual, very happy to be on DC Live. We care, we share, and we are on air. And you have any questions, comments, anything that you want to share, anything that you want to ask, you can go ahead and put that on the chat box, the in-meeting chat box on the Google Meet if you're on Google Meet, or you can do that on the DC Live chat box as well. Starting off, what are we going to be talking about today? We are talking about a topic that sounds almost, I would say, unreasonable in this hyper-connected corporate landscape. We're going to talk about the power of the digital detox for enhanced learning. Yes, you heard me right. We're going to talk about the power of digital detox for enhanced learning. What do I mean by that? Sometimes the best way to power your brain is to, power down your devices, right? So your phone gets hung, your phone's not responding, your laptop's not working. What do you do, Jnanapriya, at that point of time? Your phone just doesn't work. Your computer is just not responding. What do you do at that point of time?
Yeah, we will wait for some time, and after that, restart like that.
Exactly. So you give it some time and you restart. Right, so you're bingo on that. Exactly, that's what happens with our brains as well, right? So you perhaps even turn off the computers, turn off the phone, and then just come back. You said you just leave it for some time and then restart it. That's exactly what we're going to talk about. The power of digital detox for you to enhance your learning. Say, for instance, right, so you want to keep away from your office laptop, you want to keep away from your phone. I promise, if you do that, the world is not going to end, because there's nothing that's going to stop, right? But what can actually happen is it supercharges your ability to learn with your brain being reset. That's what happens. Okay, all right. Let's be honest, right? So one thing is, our phones are basically extension of our hands. Is that right? That's how we feel. We scroll during breakfast, before breakfast, after breakfast, during meetings. All the honest, pious souls, don't tell me that you're not scrolling your phone during meetings. All of us do that, okay? And often right before bed, or just after you wake up. Don't we all do that, Jnanapriya? Keep stuck with your phone always?
No, sir.
Not you?
No.
Seriously? All right, that's a good habit, but then most of us do, correct? Now let's look at it While technology has given us access to an unimaginable wealth of information, right? Seriously, we are in the world of artificial intelligence. We are in the world of Geminis. We are in the world of co-pilots, and whatever you talk about AIs. We are there with chat GPTs, perplexities, the Claudes, and there's so many of them that's available. I'm going to be talking about how to leverage that into learning as well. But then I'm not against technology, by the way. But then what I'm talking about is how to ensure that your brain is rewired, retuned. That's what we're going to talk about. All right. Think about it, right? So when was the last time you truly sat with your thoughts uninterrupted for more than 5 minutes? Remember being bored as a kid, and that's where creativity often sparked. Now, it's all about your social medias, and then constantly stuck to digital, and then you're just becoming, overwhelmed with it, and your ability to learn as what did you really see for those 2 hours scrolling on your phone? Nothing predictive, nothing useful that you have learned. All you have done is just while your time, right? So it's like, you have so many things. It's like you're traveling in the, in a ship on the sea. There's water everywhere, not a single drop to drink. To the best of your sight, it's only water for you, but then you really cannot drink a sip of it. So exactly that way, you have been on phones, you have been on computers, you have been binging on television, but what's your brain taken in? Nothing at all. That's exactly what is happening. And that's why we're going to talk about digital detox, even a mini one. Actually, it will help your learning. So let's break it down into 3 core benefits. First one, the benefit number 1 that we're going to talk about is reclaiming your attention span. When you're trying to learn something new, be it a complex new software, a sales technique, or even just understanding a report, you need deep, sustained focus. But every ping, every email, every red notification that comes onto your screen or your phone pulls your attention away. Even if you don't click, your brain briefly shifts focus to acknowledge that something is distracting you. This attention residue means a part of your mind, right? Part of your mind is still stuck on the previous digital task, making it harder for you to fully engage with your current learning material. What's the action? The minimal action that I'm talking about is minimalist action. What's the minimalist approach? What do we mean by minimalist? Is the show itself talks about being minimalist, like with little, what can you do? Because most of us talk about, I really can't spend a lot of time. I really can't spend long learning hours. So what's the minimalist approach here? It's about throwing your phone away, right, into a short airplane mode, right? So that's how you do it. It's about scheduled disconnection. Designate deep work or learning blocks where your phone is on airplane mode, out of sight, or even in a different room. Just leave that away for some time. You'll be amazed at how quickly your focus muscles start to bulk up again, because at the end of the day, brain is also muscle, right? It's a muscle. It needs that rest. Like how it can work, your body needs rest, your brain as well needs rest. We're going to talk about it in the next benefit. So the first one is your attention span. Quickly summarizing that, keep your phone away for some time and then try learning something. And believe it when I say that, it will definitely help you. And the world is not going to end if you're keeping your phone away for that 15 minutes. Nothing's going to happen. Now, let's look at the benefit number 2, which is supercharging your memory consolidation. Here's a fun fact, right? Your brain does a lot of its best work when you're not actively working. I repeat that. Your brain does a lot of its best work when you're not actively working, especially when you're sleeping. Just believe that when I say this. Sleep is like the brain's filing clerk. Think all the notes from the day and neatly organizing them into a long memory book or what we call as a journal. But if you're staring at a screen right up until you close your eyes, the blue light suppresses your brain, and there's hormones, which I really do not want to get it complex, but there are hormones like melatonin, which regularize your sleep. But that is being disrupted in the sleep quality, meaning that the filing clerk isn't getting the job done properly. That's what happens with the brain. Now, it's like this. You have an uncatalogued library, right? You walk into your library, you expect the books to be arranged in shelves and literally with the name boards and the category of books. But what you get into a library with the kind of mess that you have in your brain when you go to sleep, scrolling your phone, is exactly like the books on the floor, and you really get into a library to start reading something. How does that feel? You don't feel right about it. So that's exactly what happens here with a digital detox as well. In the hours before bed, allows your brain to prepare for restorative sleep. This means your memory consolidation processes can run smoothly, leading to better retention of what you learn. In the earlier shows, we had spoken about retention, spaced repetition, active recall, how to recall everything. You all wake up feeling more refreshed and find it easier to recall information. Try a digital curfew, right? So, do you recall the Corona or the COVID lockdown? Do you all? Yanapriya, do you remember that? That there was a lockdown, and what used to happen? There was a night curfew that used to happen. You remember that? Do you recall that? That you can't step out of your house after 8, 9, or 10, something like that?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, so something like that. So, what you do is set a time for yourself and say that, hey, you know what, I'm not going to pick this phone after a 10 p.m., after a 9 p.m., or whatever. Perhaps just chat with the family and your future self, and struggling to remember that what went through the day, and possibly just keep yourself away from the phone. So 2 things that we have spoken till now. The first one was reclaiming your attention span, for which you just keep your phone in an airplane mode for some time, and then supercharging your memory consolidation, which is giving the rest to your brain without access to the phone. That's before sleeping. These are the 2 things. In the third one, we're going to be talking about is igniting creativity and deep thinking. All of us love to do creative works. Your Yali Award is for innovation. So you want to create something, you want to think deep about it. So how does this work? Our brains need downtime. I mean that when I say that. They need moments of boredom, quiet, and even just mind wandering to connect seemingly disparate ideas, generate new insights, and solve complex problems. When we are constantly stimulated by digital feeds, we fill those critical empty spaces. There's no room for that, this is what I was thinking about and it came to my mind. You don't have that space at all to bubble up from the subconscious. Your brain is just filled. It's like, what, you're trying to appreciate some good music in a noisy coffee shop, right? So you get so irritated with these loudly played music and the people talking around when you want to sip that beautiful, nice coffee there. You can't hear your own music, right? So that's what is your brain with, right? So you gotta be shutting it down. You need to give it a downtime. So that's what it is. What does a digital detox do here? It creates that quiet space. It allows for reflective thinking. I repeat that word. It is reflective thinking, which is self-awareness. You reflect about yourself. You think about yourself. You visualize what's happening with you. What are you doing? For your brain to engage in what's called the default mode network, essentially when your brain is idling, meaning it is just on but not running. It's actually doing a lot of important background processing. This is where innovation often originates from. I repeat, this is where innovation often originates from. What's a minimalist action that you want to do? you want to do is you want to incorporate digital Sabbaths, even just an hour or two on a weekend, right? So on a weekend, just when you unintentionally or intentionally go offline, go for a walk, do something else, do a sketching, stare blankly at a wall, right? You'll find your mind feels clearer and more ready and to tackle complex learning challenges when you come back after that activity. These are the three things that that I really recommend you people to do from a digital detox point of view, right? So one, it's going to go ahead and help you innovate with a creativity and deep thinking. Two, it's going to go ahead and help you with your memory consolidation and reclaiming your attention span. These are the three things. I'm going to pause here for a moment and ask if Jnanapriya has a question, or if any of the listeners have a question. If someone is talking something which, something quickly, they just wanted a question, I'll be more than happy to go ahead and answer that. Someone, Jnanapriya, anybody, or you have a question?
Only one question, sir.
Sorry?
Everyone, one question only. Actually,
Yes,
everyone faced this problem. If I started anything like if I start 2 to 3 pages reading, after I feel very sleepy.
Right. So, that's because of your attention span. Number one, it is because of the focus and attention span. As an adult, because of the distraction that we have and because of the brain is a muscle at the end of the day, right? So it thinks a lot about a lot of other things. So your focus and your attention span is for shorter duration, number one. So number two is also the fact that, what are you learning about and which part of the day you're doing that is also very, very important. If you're trying to do that sometime after a long day of work, you may not be able to concentrate. That's exactly why I'm talking about keeping your brain healthy right now and then reading. So try doing it. Try reading early in the morning. Try reading when possibly in a calm place. Try doing it when you're possibly just after a cup of coffee, because it can definitely, or your favorite drink, and then just go ahead and sit separately, make it a habit. Maybe it's going to the first time you do it, it's going to be difficult, but then you keep doing this as a habit, you'll definitely be able to read. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, because the brain is a wonder, right? So brain is your wonder. So brain, have you ever thought about how the brain works, right? So let's look at it. What are the things that your brain simply do that you realize or you observe? Your brain's thinking. Your brain's learn. It remembers and it understands the world around you. But then, what happens inside? It's like your magic, okay? Because we're all tech. A computer can do a calculation, a computer can play a video for you, a computer can solve mathematics, you can solve, you can open browsing as a user. But the complexity behind it, right? So the operating system, the network, the hardwares behind it, the internet behind it, the servers and all of that, right? So that's how complex the brain works. Are you able to relate to it now? Great. All right. So one other suggestion is you start small and gradually increase it. If you're able to read 1 page a day, read 1 page a day every day on all days of the week. Don't stop reading. Got it?
Got it, sir.
All right. Great. Now, so we spoke about a lot about creativity, deep thinking. We also spoke about going ahead and ensuring your memory consolidation. We also spoke about reclaiming your attention span, which also will go ahead and reduce your fatigue and also reducing stress. And these are the things that it actually does. Now, quickly putting it all of them together, designate tech-free windows and zones for you, schedule tech-free hours for you, turn off notification, replace screen time with offline activities, use productivity apps, right? So ironically, some apps can help, where it's like there are apps like Freedom, Stay Focused, or even some built-in screen time trackers. Can you help? Have you seen this on the phone? Your phone says today you seem to have had exceptionally higher screen time. Your phone literally tells that to you, and that's imagine your phone is identifying that your screen time was more. So keep away your screen times away. All right. So if no further question, let's quickly go ahead and look at. So to summarize, our today's topic, your brain is a muscle, and just like any other muscle, it needs both work and rest. The digital world is constantly working on it, but often in a fragmented and an exhausting way. A digital detox isn't about revolution, or it isn't about revolting. Okay, it's not about breaking your phone. It's not about throwing your internet connection away and go back to non-smartphones and use only the the Nokia 1100s or your Samsung Gurus. It's not that what we're talking about. It's about strategic self-care for your cognitive engine. It's about pulling the plug just for a little while off, so you can plug back in more effectively. That's what it is. Start small. Maybe it's just turning off notifications during your dedicated learning. Maybe it's putting your phone away during your meals, or maybe it's committing to a no screen an hour before bed rule. Even these minimalist changes can yield maximal returns for your learning power. Remember, in the fast-paced world we live in, the greatest hack might just be learning how to slow down and disconnect, because a well-rested, focused brain isn't just a cookie brain. It's a quick brain, so it works that much faster. All right, people, that's all the time we have for this episode of Kwik Brain, the Minimalists. I'm your host, R.J. Rudhra, and it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you on this show for another learning hack. Don't forget to tune in next Thursday at 5:30 p.m. right here on DC Live for more bite-sized hacks and thoughts and learning to optimize your mind. Until we meet again, keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, remember to take a moment to breathe and maybe just a little, maybe put that phone down. Have a fantastic week ahead, people. You were on DC Live. We care, we share, and we are on air. Thank you. Thanks for having me, Anapriya.
Thank you.